Okay, so this is a quick oral proficiency task where I'm going to be talking about my thoughts and ideas and my general writing process of the SRP that we're currently working on, and my expectations, for the future and the writing process in general. So yeah, my topic is mainly in the USA, and it's focusing on racism in the USA, and moreover, this white cultural supremacy that is sort of engraved into the United States society in different ways. And for this, I have chosen two subjects. Obviously, I've chosen English, and I've chosen my film class as well. And I'm going to be analysing a film called Get Out, which is written and directed by Jordan Peele from 2017, and it's basically about many of these things that I've talked about, and has many of these themes of white cultural supremacy and Black Lives Matter and all these different things. And the reason why I've chosen this is mainly English. Obviously, it's a great subject to have some international films, and to analyze, and which it gives a great opportunity to do that. And obviously, films. I've loved films all my life. I want to one day be a film director, hopefully, and a screenplay writer as well. So it's in my wheelhouse, and I think that's hopefully an okay tactic to do something you're somewhat comfortable with when it comes to one of these big assignments. And I like the idea as a whole, and taking the film and analysing it, and getting something from it, and writing a large assignment where you focus on that. I think that's a good way to start off this whole process, if you will. So yeah, and the reason why I find it interesting, the film itself, is because it's one of the few films that are really well, that have done really well financially and in the box office. It's had great financial success, but it also tackles a lot of these rather difficult topics, I guess you could say, in terms of Black Lives Matter and this white cultural supremacy and things like that. And it does it really well while also being very mainstream, if you will. And that's arguably because of some of these different genres that are into play in the film. It's not just a horror like it was marketed to be, but it's also a thriller and a comedy, and a lot more than that. So really interesting in that regard, and something that I think I can bring into play during my writing as a whole, which I think is going to be really interesting. Yeah, and that's one of the reasons why I thought in the first place it was interesting, and now that I'm working more and more with it, it's shaping up to actually be a great, hopefully a great assignment as a whole. And that's also what I'm kind of expecting, I guess you could say, for my expectations. I'm sort of playing to my strengths here with trying to analyze a film. It's something that I just like doing, and I know films quite well, in my own opinion at least. And I'm hoping that that this gives playing to my strengths also just makes me happy and makes me motivated to write even more, because I find it really interesting, rather than just trying to shoehorn an assignment out of the way just to try and get a good grade, but also to put my own take on things, and my own spin on things, and still have a quality assignment with both English and my film class. So I'm excited as a whole.